You answered my question.
We're live.
Okay. We have 4 resolutions tonight, 2 consents, 3 ordinances to be voted on, 1 ordinance introduction, and 1 local law introduction. Bear with me for a moment. Resolution 2526-76, resolution adopting the minutes from the last common council meeting. Alderman Carpenter. Any questions? Resolution 2526-77, resolution recreation budget transfer, Alderman Marticello.
Okay, let me, let's see. I'll be right in a minute.
It's okay.
City received an insurance payment of $5,000 for damage sustained at one of our splash pads. I believe it's on Locust Avenue. Okay?
From the corner.
Okay, now there was also expenses when they had to get the food truck ready for operation. So those expenses were taken out of the recreation budget. Because where else would it fall under? It was by the pool.
Sure.
So they're combining the recovery of $5,000 plus the revenue that they made from the food truck. And then they're putting that in a contractual line.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Alderman Marticello? Rich? Oh, sorry. Resolution 2526-78, resolution budget transfer DPW, Alderman Marticello again.
This is a DPW question. There was insurance reimbursement of $17,000 for damaged city hydrants. Okay, that's what this is for. So they're just gonna replenish that line item from the money they got from the insurance of $17,000.
Any questions?
I have one on the splash pad. Can we just go back one?
That
Yeah,
one?
sure.
Sure.
So how did the splash pad get damaged?
Yeah.
That's up
Car hit
on-
it.
Chief, go right ahead.
From the splash pad where it is,
Yeah.
the electricity comes off, and it was damage to the pole.
Oh,
So
okay.
it damaged the electricity, not the splash pad.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that,
I was like.
the kids go like, the kids
From a car accident,
A
right?
car accident, yeah. and,
They hit it, they
The
went
kids turn it on up on top, but the actual.
There's a pole,
Yeah.
there's a pole that they
Oh,
wiped it right out.
okay.
Any questions on the budget transfer from DPW? Okay. Resolution 2526-79, resolution approving audit, Alderwoman Collins.
All right, so far so good. Yeah, it's fine.
We have 2 consent resolutions tonight. Resolution 2526-80, consent, resolution authorizing request for proposal for food and beverage concessionaire at the Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course. Alderman Marticello.
Okay, well, I just left the commission meeting just now. And according to her contract, it says, according to 1B, that, I think, I told you right down, Chris? The contract,
December 1st.
yeah, until she makes a decision that we're not even supposed to go off RFPs. That's right on there. So what they did was, they would like to talk to, she submitted a proposal, and I walked out, Chris walked out, and they're gonna discuss her proposal with the golf commission, and they're gonna discuss it and get back.
We're on the first consent, Mike.
Okay, and they're gonna get back to us on that. So, at this point, I don't think it's really necessary that we go out to RFPs right now, and they,
Can you, because Mike's here.
the golf commission is gonna Meg gave the golf commission a proposal tonight, right?
It's gonna what?
Meg,
Made a proposal.
yes.
Okay.
And she
They're
gave
going
it,
over it right now.
and they're going over it right now, so they gave it to the golf commission, they're gonna review it right now. And then, they're gonna discuss it and get back to us. They're gonna, we walked out, let them discuss it, the commission, okay? So, and that, in the meantime, there's a resolution on RFP, request for proposals. So the commission kind of told us to hold off on it while they discuss.
I don't think we need to hold on.
Well, they wanna discuss,
I think because her current contract says that she has till December
She
1st.
does, and this won't go out until after September.
Well, it would only be holding it for one day because.
I know,
the
but
next
I need
meeting
to
will be
get an
on December
approval from
2nd.
the council. to send this out, when that day is over. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So we can give you that approval on December 2nd, the day after the next council meeting.
We don't have a meeting.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
But that would be a week from now instead of December 1st. The problem is the dates, the
Right.
time. If we don't accept your proposal,
Right?
we can't send this out until December. We can't send it out until when?
December 2nd.
Why don't you give me approval to do it now?
Well, it's kind of like, like the commission
Because-
said, it's almost like, according to her contract
Yeah.
that they read, they read it to us, 1B, according to her contract, we're not supposed to be submitting RFPs.
We're not going to.
Well, that's what this resolution's for.
It's an open date and we won't do it until December 1, but I would like to give everyone, and I would like to get it out December 1 because if we don't have somebody, if we don't renew her contract,
Yeah.
that time is of the essence.
You
That's
think-
all I'm saying,
But
and I
it's-
won't send this out until after the commission comes back and says, we don't want it, or we do. If we do want it, it won't go out, we'll throw it away.
Well, according to the contract that I read, and they read the contract,
Can we ask you, Tony, what's,
I'm trying to find.
1B of her contract.
I can forward it to
Her
you.
current contract.
Yes.
Yeah, Stacy sent it to me recently, so I will send it to you.
well, I would just kind of like to get the opinion of the council on the RFP. It took a lot of work to put that together. I'd like to get the opinion of the council of the RFP as it's written. I would like to get an approval to send it out after that date if there is no renewal, simply because it takes time to do all these things. And if we don't get an approval, if we don't get a renewal of the contract, then we discuss what's in the RFP at that point in time. I'd like to get it all cleared up, is all I'm saying.
Our next meeting is on December 2nd. Her contract, her,
And if you
For
want
right to
changes in the
refusal is
RFP, when
December
do I make
1st.
those?
you could make them on December 2nd.
I could, but
Subsequently after.
I don't have 1,000 hours a day to do these types of
Right,
things.
but would it make that much of a difference for a couple of weeks?
Well,
Yes,
that's,
a
no, wait, a
couple
minute,
of
no,
weeks
wait,
makes a
well,
huge
no,
difference.
Mayor, that's the other thing.
I'd like to
The
get the
commission wants to know why they are not included on the RFP, in fact.
Hmm?
The commission would like to know why they're not included on our RFP.
Because I sent that, I did, I sent.
They don't have it,
I sent
nobody
it to
had
Bill. I
any,
sent it to Bill.
Bill said he never got it.
Bill
said
never
he
got
wanted
I did, I copied, you got the same email I got.
I know,
It
but
said-
It said
Okay.
Bill's name on the cover.
Bill's name is on the cover and Bill's not aware of it, and neither is any member of that commission that even saw the new RFP. And they were asking Bill questions like, Bill, how come we didn't see this?
The RFP.
Yes,
I sent it to Bill.
well, no
I
one,
sent it to Bill.
okay, but
And
no
I
one,
thought that Bill would discuss it tonight with the commission.
so how you want us to vote on an RFP when the commission hasn't even discussed it yet?
Again, if they haven't discussed it or seen it, I don't understand why, but
Well,
We may just take an advisory role. The mayor can put out an RFP.
they had it. I don't.
Right, but you can put out an RFP anytime.
I would like their input. I did, and I
Well,
talked to Bill
you
about that.
put, when you want the golf commission to have an input on the RFP? Because they right now are looking at her proposal,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
compared to what? So they don't even have what the new RFP is compared to what the old one is.
The new RFP follows the same format as the old RFPs.
Well,
I don't
according to the
understand, you know,
commission, no one saw it or read it. And I know Bill Durs's name is on it, but they did not see it.
Well, again.
And they asked us to hold off on it until they could read it.
I don't agree with it. It's up to the council, but,
There is a provision in the contract, 1B says, the city and tenant can reach an agreement on a renewal lease prior to December 1, 2025. The city agrees they will not distribute or request for tenant proposals for the 2026 calendar year.
and I wasn't expecting to wait this long to receive a proposal from the concessionaire. I wasn't expecting to wait this long.
But she had till December 1st. She's giving it to you 2 weeks before the due date.
I think that
2 weeks before the
you're
due
reading-
date. Today is,
I would say that I don't necessarily concede reading that provision in the light most favorable to the tenant, which is the interpretation you're offering, Alderman Clark.
What's your interpretation?
I think it's somewhat ambiguous. I don't think there would be a breach. I think that there's certainly memorialization of a reference here, that she would have an opportunity to negotiate a renewal of the lease. So question number one that you should consider is, what opportunity has she been given up to this point in time now to renew that lease? Has she been given an opportunity? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and submit the RFP.
They're
fine-
going
I'm
over the
I'm
proposal
totally
now.
fine with waiting until December 1st for her to submit her proposal to us. I'm totally fine. We need to approve it by December 1st. I mean, literally, that's what
Right.
we need to do. So I'm fine if the council wants to wait that long for her lease to come in and look at it and say yes or no to her lease. I'm fine. If the commission has enough time to get that done, I'm fine with that. All I'm asking for is the ability to send this out on the day after that happens. If
So
they-
if her original contract says that that her expiration date is December 31st,
Right,
and you want it in by December 1st,
for renewal,
her renewal,
right.
what is the harm of waiting until the
Time.
December 2nd?
It won't happen on December 2nd because there's a lot of decisions that you're asking people to make. I'm only asking for the right, or not the right, the approval. Should not, all those decisions not be made to be able to send this out? That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for, I hope, I really wish we have a renewal agreement in place and we don't have to send this out. But it's Christmas time, it's, I don't know.
Well, they're going over the renewal at the moment. They're
Yeah.
listening to her, and then they'll make a recommendation to you.
Right.
We did talk about it 2 weeks ago in the, it was given to us 2 weeks prior to this. And I thought we discussed that, like, whether or not her previous contract had been fulfilled, and I thought it had been reopened.
It had been extended to March 1st.
I thought that it had been reopened to negotiations, and then therefore, while I do believe that I'd like her to have the right of first refusal, and I'd like her to have preference, that the contract then was, we wouldn't have to necessarily follow the deadline on that, that we're still doing that, that by the December 1st. But my thought was that we didn't necessarily have to do that because the contract has been reopened. I thought that's what we said, or what was,
But
how it was
again,
explained to me.
my concern is only if we do not reach a renewal agreement with the concessionaire.
Right, which is why I thought that, yes, so
Right, that's
what I'm
my
saying
only
is I support putting this forward now because
Right, 'cause
we
if
are at a crossroads and we do need to give whoever takes it over, or, either she renews it or we need time, like you said. So I thought we were on the same page about it 2 weeks ago, so I don't have any concerns with it.
Well, there's
Especially
a
leaving it
problem.
blank.
I have a
The problem
concern with it.
Okay. The problem I have is that I was at a meeting and no one saw this,
Jim,
Mayor, no one saw what you wrote. You wrote a RFP,
Okay.
okay, and the discussion was,
Mhm.
where is it? And Bill had it, and he's the only one that had it.
Well,
And then
again,
they
You
asked,
had
I
it.
don't distribute
the
it to.
commission didn't have it.
Yeah,
You
but
had
To
it.
review, not me.
Bill said,
It's not me.
I never saw
You're
it.
the liaison though.
Bill
Wait,
did
wait,
not
it's
have it.
not me.
I hear, I
It's
understand
the
what's happening.
commission. Don't you
What I'm
want the-
asking you for
don't you
is
want the-
not-
Mayor, the commission, I don't want to insult them and say, you're on the commission,
Mhm.
and now we're going to vote on a resolution to go for RFP. And then, of course, you get people saying on the commission, well, we haven't even seen it. What is it? And Bill, yes, Bill's name is on it. And Bill looked and decided, didn't anybody else see it? And they said, no. So no one else saw it. They don't even know what's on the new RFP. And you want to vote for it, so we vote for it. And then they say, well, geez, you voted for it, we didn't even see it. That's all. And that's what they said. And I said, okay, now I'm gonna relate that to you because I'm the liaison and I think, That's pretty good substance as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if Bill Durson read it, looked it over, and they all looked at it, and they have no problems with it, I have no problem. They have a problem, so I don't see any problem waiting for December 2nd. And then again, she passed out to everybody on the commission her proposal. That's what she asked for. According to her contract, she asked for a proposal to be in by December 1st. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's giving it tonight. She has until December 1st to do it, but she gave it to the commission so they can review it tonight, so they can talk it over. So they get back to us and say, well, you know what? I think we need to make some changes. In the meantime, Mayor, you can give them your proposal.
They have my proposal. Bill
Who's got
Pearson
it?
has my proposal.
But
He
he's
has
the
my
only,
proposal. I don't even have the emails of all the council, of all the golf commission members that are now on there.
well, then,
I don't even have the emails of all the
there's
council.
no, then Bill,
Huh?
And Bill didn't share it because none of the other commission
And you
members.
guys
knew
didn't
about it.
share it evidently. You're
Well,
both
we
on
didn't have to
commission.
share it.
Huh?
We didn't have to share it.
No,
Bill,
I'm just saying, they haven't seen it, but I did have his name on the
okay,
email.
well, so that's where there's an emptiness.
And I'm not gonna put Bill Jerson on the spot.
Neither am I,
And
and
I'm
that's
not
why.
looking for them to not look at the RFP. But again, it's an RFP and you guys have had it for three weeks now, 4
Okay,
weeks.
But then Chris Sherlock read the bylaws of the Golf Commission, which states in the Golf Commission bylaws that they have input on many aspects of the golf course.
And they do.
And they would like to see an RFP, including those
Guys,
aspects.
I hear what you're saying. It's just, you're taking time, you're just
Well,
taking
that-
time off the
I have no problem wait till December 2nd.
Well,
The Golf
I
Commission-
do, but it doesn't matter that I do, because I'm the one who's gonna have to do the work.
okay, sorry, we gotta interrupt, guys. We're 2 minutes late for a public hearing. Stacy, go ahead.
Sorry. Ordinance J to be known as Ordinance 6 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-58, Schedule 24, Children at Play, add sign to Wilbur Street at the intersection of Wilbur Street and Lindsay Street by Alderwoman Quista Mars. Anybody here to speak on that?
Is it? Okay.
Is
Go
there
ahead.
any amendment to this or like modification to this that would make it like
Again, if she
aware?
doesn't submit an agreement,
Right,
I'm sorry to
well, if we
interrupt,
put
but
that
if we
in
don't
there-
have an agreement on December 1 from her, if we don't have, or if we have an agreement that everybody likes, but they want to change things and we spend 2 weeks trying to change things, right? I mean, so that everybody, and we don't reach an agreement. I'm just trying to be prepared so that we can send an RFP out as soon as we have decided or haven't decided who's gonna be the concession, or will she be renewed next year? So December 1, I don't know what they're looking at, because I didn't get a copy of that.
No.
But in any event, I don't know what they're looking at, I don't know what's in it, I don't know what the terms will be. But if it isn't all set in stone and they're gonna come to us on December 1st and say, we recommend you pass this, and we don't see it until December 1st, I don't see it until December 1st. That's gonna be tough for me.
She's discussing it with them tonight. She said she's filing it with the city clerk tomorrow, so you'll see it tomorrow.
Okay, Chris.
If we put whereas the mayor will only send this out after the golf commission after communication from the golf commission or something like that, like would that make this resolution more palatable?
I guess, I mean, I would like
not
some
to-
kind of permit that I don't have to spend more time on.
Right, well,
on
that's what I
there.
mean, like,
That's
that's
all
what I'm
I care
asking.
about.
Mayor, why would you have to spend any time?
Huh?
You have to spend no time.
On the RFP?
Yeah.
I haven't spent any time.
I said, why would you have to spend any more
If
time?
we don't have an agreement with her.
Why? It's
Why
already,
would-
you have it in place, you give it to the commission, they look at it, they
No.
read it, and it goes out December 2nd.
What if they have concerns about the RFP? When am I gonna get those?
Well,
I hate
the
to
same,
interrupt,
the
guys.
same way you gave it to Bill Darrenson.
We have our second public hearing.
Yeah, I understand, Jay, I
Go
understand.
go ahead, Stacy.
Ordinance K of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 7 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-58, Schedule 24, Children at Play, add sign to Brookside Ave at the intersection of Brookside and Story Street by Alderman Carpenter. Anybody here to speak on that ordinance?
Was it us? So how are we leaving this? Because we have to move on before 6 o'clock.
You're gonna vote on it.
I mean, I think it's if I may, I mean, you've got 4 people here, so your options are to vote on it, and it's going to be a vote of 3-1 or 2-2.
Or you table it until December 2nd.
Or that's the second option, is that you table it.
Well, that's why I asked if there's something we can add to it to make it so that it would be, something that everybody could vote on, vote for.
You know, yeah,
That's what I'm
whole
asking
purpose
from
is
the
If we
council,
don't
yeah.
have an agreement with the concessionaire by December 1, then we can distribute this.
Right, so if there's something missing from this that would,
I don't know what
would we
it
add
is.
that in? I don't know, well, that's what I'm asking, because I'm gonna vote for it, like, I'm just saying, like, if there's anything we can add to this is what I'm asking, but if there isn't,
We could say with the approval of the golf commission, and if we do not have an agreement on December 1, and the golf commission approves the RFP, then we authorize the mayor to be able to submit
Right.
it to distribute it. That's all I'm really asking, and again, I didn't realize that the golf commission did not see the RFP, or that they were going to provide inputs to it that would change what we put in there, but they're certainly welcome to do that.
You wanted her to run everything through the golf commission, so that's
And we
why the
did,
golf
and
commission.
I did. I sent it
No,
to Bill
her
Pierce.
new proposal.
Pardon?
Her new proposal, she's running. through.
That's happening right now. It's unfortunate, it's November 17th, but it's happening right now. I mean, there's a lot to do between now and December 1 if she's gonna renew her agreement. The golf commission has to review it and approve it. The council has to review it and approve it. The mayor has to review and approve it. I mean, there's a lot to do in that period of time.
I don't follow you. In 2 weeks? In 2 weeks?
Well, that's not what I'm saying, but so if it isn't a problem, then distributing this after that process takes place
Okay,
should not be a problem.
so we have to continue, though. Are we gonna table it or are we gonna vote on it?
We didn't get to it yet. Right now I'm on a public hearing.
We're not on a public hearing yet.
You're not on this?
We have another public hearing in 2 minutes.
Oh.
But we have to get through the rest of
Look,
this. so-
I don't care what, I'm fine with tabling it, I'm fine with voting on it, I'm fine with whatever you want to do with it, but I'm done with it. That's all I'm telling you, I'm done with it.
I could be wrong, but I suspect if you were to take a vote, the vote's probably gonna be 2-2, which is gonna be the equivalent of no action, which is almost 6 of one, half a dozen of the other in terms of
Yeah,
tabling it.
that's fine with me, I don't care at this point, I'm done.
The cleaner way would be just to table it.
Yep.
I would say.
Okay.
Those 2 things.
So let's table it till December 2nd. Moving on. Resolution 252681, consent resolution authorizing the sale of 7 Rockton Street, Alderwoman Quista Mars.
okay, this is, part of our foreclosure. The owners of 7 Rockton Street would like to pay the amount that is owed and the 5% fee, correct? Louise, or 5.5, whatever that is, so that's all that is.
Any questions for Kelly? I think we all are aware of this one. Okay, on to ordinance J of 2025, to be known as ordinance 6 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted on. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code, section 228-58, schedule 24, children at play, add sign to Wilbur Street and the intersection of Wilbur Street and Lindsay Street, Alderwoman Quista Mars. Any questions?
Which one is that?
This is the one, this is
Ordinance J.
ordinance J.
Just another children at play sign.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. We have our final public hearing. Go ahead.
Ordinance L of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 8 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-37, Schedule 3, school speed limits to add Julia Street from Church Street to Young Avenue by Alderman Carpenter. Anybody here to speak on this ordinance? Okay.
Okay.
Closed.
So another ordinance, ordinance K of 2025, to be known as ordinance 7 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted on, an ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-58, Schedule 24, children at play, add sign to Brookside Avenue and the intersections of Brookside Avenue and Story Street. It's identical to the one Kelly's doing. Alderman Holiday's not here, so I'll move it. Any questions? Ordinance L of 2025, to be known as ordinance 8 of 2025, if adopted, to be voted on, and ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code 228-37, Schedule 3, school speed limit, to add Julia Street from Church Street to Young Ave, Alderman Carpenter. This is the one we talked about where we needed this on Julia Street because the school is on Julia Street and we never did it when it came up for Church Street. Any questions? Okay. Ordinance M of 2025, to be voted on, to be known as ordinance 9 of 2025, if adopted. This is an introduction. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-48, Schedule 8, parking prohibited at all times on west side of Lark Street. Alderman Marticello.
The reason for this is the city engineer, the chief, and I discussed this. And what happens is we're having tankers going down that street and it's too narrow if you park on both sides. And they're going to the pump station. So therefore, to make it easy for these pumpers to go down the street and these tankers, we're gonna have parking on one side of the street only. And according to section winter parking maintenance, on those streets where parking is normally permitted on one side of the street only by other parking ordinances, the alternate parking scheme defined above shall not apply. So that's how it covers that.
Any questions?
We have to schedule a public hearing. It'll be
We'll schedule
December
public
2nd.
hearing December 2nd
What time?
at
5:55.
5:55.
Any questions? All right, our final one is a local law A of 2025, to be known as local law 1 of 2025, if adopted, introduction. A local law establishing a temporary moratorium on the submissions and processing of the building permits, certificates of occupancy, certificates of use, and land use approvals for industrial solar and battery energy storage systems in the city of Amsterdam. This is Mayor Sinquani, so I'll move it, but I want him to explain it. If he doesn't mind.
Battery storage facilities have been much in the news lately. It's called thermal runaway. If they catch on fire,
They burn.
yeah. And so, and there is, we right now don't have zoning for that. And we have no way to stop it should they want to. That's our thought, right, Tony?
I don't,
Put it that way.
yeah, I wouldn't put it exactly that
Yeah.
way, but there's an issue when we have deficiencies in our code, and until such time that we're able to cure those deficiencies, it's advisable that we impose this moratorium.
The lithium-ion batteries are just a very, very dangerous fire hazard should they catch on fire. And so that's the critical thing that hit me when Grant Eagleston first talked about this. And I think this is a wise thing to do at this time. It doesn't prevent us from doing anything other than studying the issue for a longer period of time, coming up with an answer.
Any questions for Mayor Sinquani?
We get a public hearing scheduled for this, please.
No, change, then,
December 2nd.
yes. Change the first one to 5:50
Okay, this one at
and make this one
5:55.
at 5:55. Mayor, you want to?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderwoman Quistamars. Here. Alderman Holliday. Alderwoman Collins. Here. Alderman Carpenter.
Motion.
Alderman Marticello.
Here,
Motion to adopt the agenda with 4 resolutions, 2 consents, 3 ordinances to be voted on, 1 ordinance introduction, and 1 local law introduction. Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman
all
Marticello.
right,
Alderwoman Quistamars. Aye. Alderwoman Collins.
Okay, we have no proclamations this evening, correct? Communications and presentations. The public is now, it's your turn to speak if you'd like to. No one in public would like to talk, okay? So we're on to the engineering report. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor. Quick update, the South Side Boardwalk project is substantially complete. I expect it to be the site fencing, construction fencing to be removed around, I expect next Monday. Public can get the chance to see it for a week or so, and we've also got a test run here tomorrow or the day after on the splash pad, which then we're going to winterize immediately. But we need to do a shakedown cruise on that. The thing is beautiful. I believe it's going to stay open for the tree lighting ceremony.
Yeah, can I interrupt?
Oh, yeah.
We might as well just talk about that. This was my first time able to get actually on the boardwalk this afternoon. Brian Stratton was in town. He's in charge of New York State Canals. He's retiring at the end of the year. And so I offered to bring him onto the boardwalk, and so we had an opportunity to walk onto it. It's beautiful. It's really going to be a real asset to our everything about our city, our recreational resources, and the popularity of our waterfront. And what we decided we were going to do, two things that we were going to do is we're going to leave it open for the tree lighting ceremony. It'll be lit so that people will actually be able to walk onto it as long as the weather holds. And then we're going to shut it down for the winter. We're going to block it so that this first winter, because we really aren't sure. The steps are we feel the steps will be really a winter hazard and hard to take care of. So we want to figure out a plan for that, but we'll do a grand opening in the spring. If that's okay with everybody.
Great. I have a question for the two mics. Are we gonna put some kind of barrier, like fencing along the bottom so we can't get people going underneath it and having nefarious issues? It's gorgeous, by the way.
There is on the back side. There's fencing. You're talking about walking in from.
Where the stairs are, that whole open section, I just see that as being wide open like that. I see it as an opportunity.
We can, it wasn't part of the contract work.
I didn't know if I just wanted to bring up, I didn't know if there's anything in the plans or not, but.
Around the back, if you walk around the back at some point, you'll notice that we do have that underneath the overhang, that's all fenced off. And there is a large, what amounts to a garage underneath the concrete platform. So we do get some ancillary benefits out of some of that site, but right now, no, there has not been any plan yet to fence off the underside of the boardwalk.
I'm sure Chief can patrol it every now and then and.
We'll add it to the list.
Thank you, Michael. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Work at the clubhouse, some of the additional items that were added are being completed now. Shelter over the walk-ins, and some of the door hardware that was on back order is being replaced, or has been replaced. Some of it had been already when I was there this morning, and a couple of other small items that are still outstanding. Also, in speaking about staying with the golf course for a second, we're making winter improvements to the Morton building, which was the temporary clubhouse, so that it's more efficient in the winter. And in past winters, it really wasn't anywhere near efficient in terms of heating and also in terms of cooling, for that matter. Those improvements, just blowing in insulation in the attic, we're going to get at least 12 inches in there. Sealing the 2 sets of double doors on I would call it the front. And we're going to provide additional heat tape for the water supply lines that are in the overhead in the attic, essentially. And I plan to have that done just as soon as possible, but certainly within the next couple of weeks. You remember earlier during a dry summer and a pretty darn dry fall, There was a request for voluntary water reductions, that's canceled. We've had plenty of rain now. Ireland Blythe Reservoir is pretty much recovered from the dry season low, and Steele's recovering. It's got a ways to go, but that'll take all winter. But we're back to being in good shape. As I mentioned previously, street paving the CHIPS road program is complete. We filed for reimbursement from DOT for all but the retainage on the project, and I expect that money to be back in city accounts here on or about December 15th. Crescent Avenue Bridge.
Mike, sorry,
Yeah.
what's going on up on Market Street now where all these, line trucks are? What are they doing?
They're changing the transmission lines to high lines.
Okay.
They're increasing the size on them.
Thank you.
Crescent Avenue Bridge, and the Crescent Avenue Bridge I'm referring to, because I get asked a couple of times a week, it's the one that goes out to Pioneer Street, the long one. It's closed to traffic. The old bridge isn't there anymore, so it's not a bridge. It's been demolished. And pile driving is underway this week, and they'll be wrapped up by Thanksgiving is what we anticipate. At that point, they'll button the site up until the spring thaw and do the concrete work for the substructures, set the superstructure steel, and basically finish the bridge. It's a schedule below, but it's expected that it will be open by July of next year. You've heard me talk about it many times before. Water plant filter, that replacement work for the underdrains continues. They've completed 4 now, they're back in service and beginning work on the 5th. It's kind of a repeat, but the Southside Boardwalk project I already talked about. Wastewater treatment plant project, we're in the final stages of design, waiting for comments from DEC. Hope to have them soon so that we can address anything they have and get design approval and get the project to bid. I expect we'll need a bid. I'm hopeful we'll be to bid in January, probably later in January. But I need to see how the regulatory end of it goes first. DPW is doing a myriad of things to get ready for winter. We've already plowed, as you know, but some of those last minute things before winter really sets in, that work is underway. And also my staff is updating our capital projects plan as requested. And I hope to have that to the mayor here in the next, by the beginning of December. And that's all I have. Any questions? Always happy to take them.
The demo, you want to update the council?
I didn't even include that.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
so we have another 2 weeks of advertisement for the demolition project. If you recall, we have up to 23 structures that we'll award, depending on how the bids come in. If it's within our budget, we can afford all 23, or we can order, or we can select off the
This
bid
is the
sheet.
grant that we were talking
Yes,
about.
we have a $1 million grant. And depending on how the numbers come in, if they're under $1 million, we can award all 23. If it's over, we can select off the menu, if you will. That bid opening is December 2nd, and so I would expect that they will be, it'll probably be 30 to 45 days after that, 30 days anyway, before they're actually fully
So we're
engaged.
talking like mid-January,
I would say mid-January.
and they can go right through the winter, correct?
They can do demo work in the winter
Okay,
for sure.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from like,
Yeah, I have one question.
Yep.
Is there gonna be any guardrails installed on Major Lane? I know the paving looks beautiful, but now it seems like they took.
You mean at the end where there's that side street and the thing below
Well,
it,
where the two streets
where we ought to
come up?
close it, but we,
Right.
yeah. There's not a plan right now to put them in, but now that we've got a nice new street there, it begs the question, do we want to reconfigure that or do we want to place rails there?
We need something.
It does, it does.
If there's ice, they're gonna slide right down that ravine.
I would advocate for closing that last piece, not of Major Lane, but that T intersection.
Right.
Because it's such a sharp departure angle that I don't know how lower to the ground vehicles don't drag. I'm sure they do.
Are you talking about Jackson or Byard?
There's both on there. There's one, if you're coming down Major Lane, you can go down this way.
Yeah, the
And
Byard,
then the other ones can come up without, I think there's a stop sign that we would have to stop if we're going straight.
were they
but
there
coming-
before? I can't remember. Were they there?
A stop sign was for us if
Yeah.
you were just going straight. The
Okay.
ones coming uphill, they didn't
But
have
there
to
were no
stop.
guardrails either, were there?
Not really, no.
Okay, we should probably,
Put something.
You're talking about you have Bayard and Jackson, and then if you're going eastbound on Major Lane, you have the option of taking the lower road if you're gonna take the right
yeah,
hand.
Jackson.
The people coming up the hill go to the T and then take the right, and what Mike says, we will take out the bottom of their car, basically,
Right.
on that.
And Byard doesn't have that turn off, just Jackson.
I believe only one of them, I'm trying to look at the map right now. And I also
Yeah.
don't
We'll
recall guardrails.
take a look at that, Mike Brown.
Yeah, because one goes down, the other one comes up.
And you're suggesting a guardrail?
On the side between those two ramps, one going up and one going down.
All right.
Thanks.
I had
Thank
a
you.
question too.
Anybody else for the engineer?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Going back to ordinance M on the updates to the streetscape leading to the east side wastewater pump station.
Yes.
Are there any modifications we can make to that streetscape that would allow for the parking? Because, I mean, the homes down there don't have, many of them don't have driveways. So I'm a little concerned with taking away parking down there. If we approved the streetscape previously, like, I feel like that's on us more than it's on the people. that
Well, we
live
actually
there.
did make improvements already by widening out, what is formally, officially Front Street, the cross street between
Yeah, I
Lark
saw
and,
that. Right, because they go down Lark and then they
Which-
turn.
which gives us, which gives trailers room to make the swing, but if they're parked both sides of the street, they still do have difficulty. The vehicles we're talking about here that we're getting 1 to 2 a day or more are the leachate tankers that are going to the east side pump station.
Okay,
And we've had an increase in traffic because we have, we're coming into wet weather and we have additional contracts and it's a good revenue for
revenue
us.
stream for us. right.
So, but when they're coming down Lark to make that swing onto the actual Front Street, the cross street, it can be tough if there's,
So it's like lower Vrooman, like cars on both sides, tractor trailers going to
Just so
stick.
you know one thing. There's like 2 houses there we're affecting, and they park in the Veterans apartment parking lot, so they won't be affected.
further up the road.
I already checked into it.
Kelly, did you get your question answered?
I did, thank you.
Okay. Is that it for the engineer? Stacy?
So the numbers I'm about to give are for what we did in October in the clerk's office. Birth certificates, we printed 128 birth certificates, which was up by 2 from 2024. Death certificates for 2025 was 114, which was 43 less than last year. Dog licenses, we printed 59 of those, which was 12 more than last year, and marriage certificates, we printed 19 last month, and compared to 2024, that was 3 less. For birth certificates, there were 28 new births, and 22 deaths, so it's always better to be up in the births and lower in the deaths number. Dog licenses, we had 27 of the 59 dog licenses that we did were new. And marriage licenses, there were 10 couples who got marriage licenses in October. The total number of FOILs processed were 78. 8 of those were accidents, 44 were police incidents, 23 were property inquiries, and 3 of those were miscellaneous other items. Notary requests, there were 16 notary requests that came into me because I'm the only one in the office who does them, so those were mine. And then for our office updates, I had spoken with Marvin in IT and the Laserfiche scanning project where we could take all of the death certificates for the year and scan them, and then we would be able to find them just by typing in a name. That is on hold. So going into 2026, since this is on hold, instead of printing 3 sets, I have stated that next year we will make 2 sets, one that goes to the county, one that we keep on file, and one of those sets we will scan at that time instead of waiting till the end of the year to scan everything in. So they will be scanned in, they will be numbered, and then they will have the name next to them. So if we need to go in and pull one, we're not trying to look through 25 at a time. We can just go into that number and print that one. So we won't be wasting as much paper or as much time.
Any questions for Stacy? Thank you very much. Louise, controllers report?
Yes, so I distributed the October budget summary, okay, and if you have any questions about the numbers, please let me know. We're 1/3 of the way into our fiscal year, time sure does fly. All the spending and the revenue is right in line where I would expect it to be. We haven't tapped into our contingencies too much, but I do expect that to start changing soon as repairs and things like that start increasing. It's a pretty busy time, I would say, in the controller's office. We've got our new auditors arriving tomorrow. So we'll be meeting with them and starting that process. And we, of course, everyone knows we have our auction underway. We had showings scheduled for a number of the unoccupied properties, and the attendance was very, very strong. So we are optimistic that that will end well.
And you're well on the way on our next auction. You want to talk about what you're going to be doing?
Yep, we sent.
I mean, our next foreclosure.
Yes, because
I'm sorry.
obviously our goal is to not to have 300 properties every year. We want to get that number way, way down. So we are, even though we haven't technically closed out our current auction, we are hitting the ground running with our next foreclosure. I sent out 270 something pre-foreclosure warning letters, which were pretty effective the last time we did that. We got the list down by about 100. So I'm hoping for the same, result this time. And then the plan right now is to turn everything over to our interim attorneys in February, early February, to start that.
And for just the general public, please pay attention to these notifications that you're receiving in the mail. Open them up and read them. It's very, very important that you understand the process and that you understand what could happen if you don't remedy it. And we welcome anyone to please come to City Hall and talk to us about any situation you're in as far as back taxes. We're here to do what we can to help you. We don't want to take homes. We want to save homes. We want to save homeowners.
Absolutely.
But we need you to respond to our notices. Thank you very much. Anything else for the controller?
Oh, no, I was just gonna confirm what you just said. Yeah, the longer homeowners wait, the harder it is for us to help them figure it out. So thank you for that.
Do we have any old business notes? So on the new business and the resolutions.
Resolution 2526-76, resolution adopting minutes from last common council meeting by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quista Mars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-77, resolution recreation budget transfer by Alderman Marticello. Whereas the city received an insurance recovery payment of $5,319.56 for damage sustained to electrical components of the splash pad caused by a motor vehicle accident. Whereas expenses for the city-owned food truck were absorbed by the recreation department budget, so the $1,173.23 in revenue that was generated by the food truck needs to be added to the recreation budget. Resolved, the controller is authorized to make the following 2025-26 budget transfer. Increased revenue, insurance recovery, $5,319.56. Recreation, other special revenue, $1,173.23. Increased expense, contractual expenses, $6,492.79.
So moved. Discussion. Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-78, resolution budget transfer DPW by Alderman Marticello. Whereas the city received third-party insurance reimbursements totaling $17,678.33 for damage sustained to city hydrants that have since been repaired. Whereas this reimbursement needs to be added to the DPW budget to offset the cost of these repairs. Whereas 2 heaters in one of the DPW buildings are not functioning properly and need to be replaced at the cost of $4,126.80.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-79, resolution approving audit by Alderwoman Collins.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-81, consent resolution authorizing the sale of 7 Rockton Street by Alderwoman Quistamars. Whereas,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we formally withdraw the other
It
one?
just wasn't added.
it was tabled.
Oh, because we had the consent, gotcha, okay, thank you. My apologies.
No, we didn't read number 80 yet. I have to make a formal motion.
Oh, you have to make a motion to table it?
Well,
Okay.
if I may, this was presented as a consent resolution, but I think when we adopted the agenda, we did not include this consent resolution at the motion beginning. I thought that's what you were doing.
No, it was included.
It was? Okay,
Okay.
then we need a motion to table that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Read number 80, please.
Resolution 2526-80, consent, resolution authorizing request for proposals for food and beverage concessionaire Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course by Alderman Marticello.
I'll make a motion to table.
Follow.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Thank you.
Resolution 2526-81, consent, resolution authorizing the sale of 7 Rockton Street by Alderwoman Quistamars. Whereas the city of Amsterdam, having recently foreclosed upon and having been awarded ownership of 7 Rockton Street pursuant to Article 11 of the real property tax laws of the state of New York, and whereas the prior owner having requested to purchase the parcel from the city of Amsterdam for consideration in the amount of $17,687.64, said amount being the total tax deficiency for the parcel due through the date of November 28th, 2025, and with the prior owner paying for all closing costs relating to the closing for said transaction. And whereas the city being amenable to sale of said property back to the prior owner pursuant to the instant terms. Now therefore be it resolved, the sale of 7 Rockton Street is authorized as set forth herein above with a purchase deadline of November 28th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And be it further resolved, the execution of all necessary documents to effectuate the instant resolution is hereby authorized.
So moved. Any discussion? Can you please call the roll?
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Ordinance J of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 6 of 2025 if adopted to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-58, Schedule 24, Children at Play, add sign to Wilbur Street at the intersection of Wilbur Street and Lindsay Street by Alderwoman Quistamars.
So moved. Is there any discussion?
Call the roll, please.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
All right,
Ordinance K of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 7 of 2025 if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-58, Schedule 24, Children at Play, add sign to Brookside Avenue at the intersection of Brookside Avenue and Story Street by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Let's call the roll, please.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
all right,
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Ordinance L of 2025 to be known as ordinance number 8 of 2025 if adopted, to be voted upon. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-37, Schedule 3, school speed limits to add Julia Street from Church Street to Young Avenue by Alderman Carpenter.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
all right,
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Ordinance M of 2025 to be known as Ordinance 9 of 2025 if adopted, introduction. An ordinance modifying Amsterdam City Code Section 228-47, Schedule 8, parking prohibited at all times on the west side of Lark Street by Alderman Marticello.
thank you. And there'll be a public hearing at what time?
There will be a public hearing on December 2nd, 2025 at 5:50 PM.
Thank you.
Local Law A of 2025 to be known as Local Law 1 of 2025 if adopted, introduction. A local law establishing a temporary moratorium of the submission and processing of building permits, certificates of occupancy, certificates of use and land use, approvals for industrial solar and battery energy storage systems in the city of Amsterdam by Alderman Carpenter.
Thank you. Public hearing on December 2nd at 5:55.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Just want to thank our historic Amsterdam League for decorating City Hall again this year. They were even more extensive this year because we have been selected to be on the holiday walking tour, St. Mary's Auxiliary, which is November 22nd between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. We're going to be one of 5 sites in and outside the city where people are going to be invited in to look at the decorations. But Hal does this for us every year. And they spend a lot of time, their own time, they volunteer their time, and we're very, very appreciative for that. And our tree lighting is going to be taking place the day after Thanksgiving, as usual. It's going to be sponsored by the Montgomery County Wire Program, which is a veterans advocate organization. It's going to happen, I believe, at 4 is going to be the start, but there's going to be all kinds of activities going on. As I said, the boardwalk will be open, so people will be able to walk on the boardwalk for the first time. They're going to have the horse rides, which are always popular. And they're going to be giving away the last of the coats that MVP had donated to our city, which is, a wonderful giveaway. And so I urge everyone in our city to join us as we light the tree again this year. That's all I have.
I'd like to say something. So the adoptive family Thanksgiving dinners are gonna go out the morning of the 26th at 9 o'clock. Typically, what we do in the afternoon is we go back and we prepare a bunch of food. We deliver to-go meals to everybody in the hotel. I mean, obviously, we just had a fire in the hotel. So myself and a couple of my volunteers got together and decided that we wanted to throw them, everybody in the hotel, plus Danielle's house, plus some people from ICANN, an actual Thanksgiving dinner on that day. So I've secured Mount Carmel Church for 3 o'clock. And if any of you want to come and visit and give some reassurance and kindness to those people, it would be welcomed greatly. And that's all I have.
What day is it?
That's the 26th at 3 o'clock.
Anyone else?
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Motion to adjourn? Call the roll.
Alderman Carpenter.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Thank you, vacation.
Chris, you said 3
Thank
o'clock?
3 o'clock.
So what are you doing?
We're gonna-
Like serving dinner?